Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another fantastic Kahtide online stream. I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are on this lovely, lovely Wednesday. Ooh, I hope you're getting by. It's a rough one this week. Oy, oy, oy. But we're going to get through it with some gameplay and some fun ways. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm rhyming anyway. So let's keep going. You're tuned into the Kahtide online stream. I'm Kahtide. Hope you're doing well out there, wherever and whenever you are. Make sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. That means a whole hell of a lot to me, and it means that you get to be part of the community and tell me what to play and what to do to a certain degree. Otherwise, if you're just joining in, if you're checking out the stream, you want to see more of what I'm doing and what's going on with me, you can check out the social media as well. YouTube for all the VODs and videos, Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Tumblr, and Discord for all the social media. And go check out my video game demo. Savdevelopment.com is the place to go. SALVE development.com for the free demo. If you want to go check it out, my game Sav is it's in the works. A lot of work has been put into it, a lot of code, a lot of artwork, and I'm doing story right now. I'm doing some more story work right now, making maps and shit like that. Exciting stuff. So if you want to see what's happening, and if you want to be one of the first 50 to get a free set of stickers by joining the Patreon, I highly encourage you to do so at patreon.com/savdevelopment or at savdevelopment.com. All right. New game day. We finally beat Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And I'm gonna try a different game that's more in keeping with my tastes. In that I like games that are good and not bad. That kind of taste. Starsector. I've been playing it a little bit on the recommendation of my friend Dabs De La Paz. It's been a pretty fun one. We're gonna start a fresh game and we're gonna try it out together. You're gonna see a little bit of the action, and hey, maybe if you like it, you might even buy it. It's still in alpha if I'm not mistaken. And my God. It's a lot of work for alpha, I'll say that much. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Get in on the ground floor while you still can. Now, we're going to start ourselves a new game. The lovely domain ident chip. So, this is kind of like, I would say it's kind of like EVE Online if it was two-dimensional and there weren't any multiplayer components to it. We're in the universe, we're doing jobs, we're trying to figure out our place out there. So, let's give ourselves a name. Obviously, you know who I am. Kahtide. That's me. Now, sir, ma'am, or captain? What's my honorific? Obviously, captain. I am not interested in being called sir or ma'am. No, thank you. So we can have a sector age as well, and a sector size. I usually just leave this alone as is. Mixed and normal are pretty good. Let me have a little beer sip while I'm here. Go get your beers, folks. You've earned it. It's hump day. All right. Your most recent occupation was 1. A bounty hunter commanding a wolf-class frigate. 2. A scavenger commanding a wayfarer-class combat freighter. 3. An explorer leading a salvage expedition from aboard an Apogee-class cruiser. A mercenary leading a small force from aboard a Hammerhead-class destroyer. Or a freelancer doing whatever jobs you've been able to find. Well, they usually recommend the first or the second one. So if you want to fight better, the frigate's probably better. If you want to do a little more exploring, combat freighter's a bit better. Also, I want a different face, actually. Hold on. Forgot to change my face. There we go. Forgot you do that. Let's see. Who should we be? A lot of funny, quirky characters in here. My goodness, some of them are some of them have a face only a mother could love. I'll say that much. I'm looking at this guy right here. Jeez Louise. This looks close to my fit, but we're not there yet. That one's kind of close. Yeah, I think I'll go with blue guy. I think we're gonna be blue guy, since I'm a blue guy, you know, with a yellow face. It kind of fits, right? That back to captain. And I think I'll be a scavenger. We get a wayfarer combat freighter. In addition, your fleet includes a Kite-class shuttle under the command of an experienced subordinate, or a Shepherd-class drone tender with a cargo of heavy machinery. So, since I'm picking a freighter, I am going to pick someone with weaponry. The Keg class is a light and nimble ship with limited armament. Not capable of doing much damage itself, it is however capable of being a persistent distraction, especially in the hands of an officer with the right set of defensive skills. Alright. And we can do normal or easy. I haven't played that much of this game, so I'm going to pick easy to start with, but you're welcome to pick normal if you want. And we'll start with a tutorial as well to teach you a little bit about the game while we're here. We love a little teaching, right? Alright. There's a lot of reading, so I'll be reading a lot in here too. Hello. Welcome to the Persian sector. Your fleet is in the middle of nowhere and critically low on supplies. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge abilities to search for useful cargo. Scavenging requires heavy machinery, but there is some in your cargo holds. Make sure to take all of the supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. To get your fleet moving, click on empty space in the direction you want to move. Okay, we're clicking. And there's the scrap right there. We're going to scavenge. Alright, your fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value could be found inside. There are indications that what salvage is to be had may not be easy to get to, and there's significant risk involved in running a salvage operation. We will assess the operation. The density of the debris field affects both the amount of resources and the number of rare items found. So this is what we need. We need crew, we need machines, and this is kind of the effectiveness of our team here. Alright. Looks like we got a lot of goodies. So we have supplies, 27, fuel, 9, heavy machinery, 11, and metals, 15. We'll take all of those. Is that everything? Looks like it. We'll hit F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. Pirate fleet is approaching. First, you'll spot it as a sensor contact, then as an unidentified fleet, and then, when it gets very close, you'll see its true colors. Don't worry, the pirate ship is a shoddy rust bucket, and if you do lose, you can press F9 to quick load. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recovering CR consumes supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach and then defeat them. Alright, so lesson is, try not to fight too much. It costs money. Rogue Miner. The pirate ship maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. Does not appear to be certain of your identity. Any hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. Gear Joe! It's way too late for me to stick around to chat, but I honestly and earnestly hope you enjoy this game. I do have one tip to give. Don't answer the SOS beacons. Thank you, Gear Joe. I hope you stick around for a for a lurk. But thanks for dropping in. Thanks for the tips. Yeah, I've never answered an SOS beacon, and I probably won't. Maybe in a different game, but not this one. Hope you're doing well out there. Appreciate the tip. Let's move in. Continue. You can select which ships to deploy at the beginning of each battle and deploy reinforcements as the battle goes on. Deploying a ship reduces its combat readiness by a fixed amount. In addition, ships will begin to gradually lose combat readiness after their peak readiness time runs out. Recovering combat readiness takes time and consumes valuable supplies. We'll deploy everybody for now, though, because it's not that big of a fleet. Alright. So, this is our ship. So we can move with WASD. And we fire with our left mouse button. So. Getting up in there. You can right click to get your shield up as well. That's the other thing you can do, but it makes you slow, so you have to be careful when you put it up. Like there. That's a good time to put it up right now. And we want to keep it facing this guy. His hull's down. We got this in the bag. It's got his light assault gun online. You gotta be careful, y'all. Oh, I'm overloaded. Shit. See, that's what happens when you don't watch your flux. We gonna vent flux really quickly. I've taken barely any damage though, so I'm game. Boom. Easy. Easy money. It is tutorial though, so you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We lost some reputation with the pirates, but what are you gonna do about that either? Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Salvage crews are able to recover 321 credits from CPU cores still active in the wreckage. And they've got a bunch of goodies, including a gun, a Vulcan cannon. Oosh. I have played a little bit of this. I do enjoy this game. It is quite fun. Your fleet's supply consumption has just gone up. Recovering combat readiness used to deploy ships into battle cost supplies, as is repairing battle damage. To reduce supply use, repairs and CR recovery on ships can be suspended from the fleet screen. You can see we're at 4.7 supplies right now per day. You've gained a level. You gain 1 skill point with each level up, and an additional point at the start of the campaign. You also gain story points as you gain experience. These can be used to take exceptional actions, to make your own story in a way. The tutorial will introduce using these a bit later. The tutorial will introduce using these a bit later. Okay, that's a little clunky, but it works. Skill points are used to learn skills. Skills are arranged in 4 aptitudes: combat, leadership, technology, and industry. Each aptitude has a number of tiers. You advance to the higher tiers by picking skills from the lower ones. Skills that affect your piloted ship, all combat skills, and a few skills in other aptitudes can be made elite at the cost of a story point. Maximum level you can reach is 15. We gotta press C to open our options. Okay, you can see our tiers and shit here. Looks like 2-2, 2-2, 4-2, 3-2, 3-2, etc., etc. Obviously, combat's probably the most direct one we could pick, but if you want to build up your fleet quickly, you probably want to go with industry. Alright. Shortly after dispatching the pirates, you receive a tight beam communication from the system's main inhabited world, Ancyra. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact Station Commander Alat as soon as possible. Let's lay in a course for Ancyra. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps keep track of where you're going and how long it'll take to get there. After dismissing this dialogue, press E to open the intel screen to view the details of the message you've just received. Select the message and click on the show map, blah blah blah. Okay, lay in a course. You can also press tab to open the map and locate Ancyra manually. Once you get to Ancyra, open the comm directory to contact Station Commander Alat. Alright, we press E. Looks like we want to go to Alat at Ancyra. We'll right-click, and we'll move. So you can pause and unpause and things like this, boom, 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 boom. Just if you want to. Ancyra's pretty far away, and it'll take a while to get there at this rate. The Sustained Burn ability is useful for long-range travel. Activating it will briefly stop the fleet and reduce its acceleration to a minimum, but the maximum burn level will be much higher. A sustained burn can be interrupted by other fleets activating an interdiction pulse. Okay. We can also speed up time with shift. So we'll go with the Sustained Burn and speed time up. You can see our fleet is moving there. 2 of them. You're coming up on an asteroid belt. If you go through at full speed, there's a chance your fleet will be knocked off course, and some of your ships might even suffer damage from asteroid impacts. A slow-moving fleet avoids this danger. Press and hold S to move slowly until you're through the asteroid belt. The danger is low, however, especially since the belt is thin, and you're only going across it, so you could also get away with just going full speed. Okay. Well, I'll slow down. Avoid rocks. And we'll speed back up. Your fleet is getting closer to Ancyra, which is controlled by the Hegemony, a major militaristic faction in the sector. While in Hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping its transponder turned on. This is a view shared by most, though not all, major factions. Turning on the transponder makes your fleet highly visible, and everyone seeing it will know who you are, unlike that pirate fleet you fought earlier, which had to be very close to positively identify. Keeping your transponder on is a crippling advantage in hostile space, but as we're getting closer to port and we'd like to dock there, it's a good idea to turn it on. Okay. You can activate it before getting closer to Ansira, both to avoid unwanted attention from patrols and to receive docking clearance. You have to double tap it to turn it on, though, so just to make sure. See? Like that. But we'll go in with our transponder on. Your fleet approaches Ansira. The economy of Ansira is dominated by hegemony logistics. The light industry complex grew up on military contracts and now possesses the scale and legitimacy to make respectable inroads into the civilian commerce web of core hegemony space. Your fleet transmits identification codes via the transponder, and you're soon granted docking clearance. Cool. We're going in to talk to Alat. Alright. Your connection request is accepted surprisingly quickly, given that a citizen has many responsibilities. Ah, you've come! Excellent! As you're well aware recently, well, I suppose we can skip that part. No, I could use a refresher on recent events. A team from the Galatia Academy has been running experiments on the dormant gate in the system, trying to connect it back to the domain's gate network. Promising experiments, or so they thought, till an energy pulse we expected would get a response from the gate destabilize the jump points leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain, writ small. The stars have a sense of irony, do they not? The miners of Derinkuyu Station, which is also located in this system and was operating near a subsistence level, were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in. Out of desperation, no doubt, but there were deaths, and they put themselves well outside of the law. Their leaders know that if jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can look forward to a life sentence at a penal colony at absolute best. Alright, now where do I fit in? The miners turned pirate are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We do have a security detachment that can handle their forces, but they're tied up defending Ansira. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately you don't have to. We've got an agent on Derinkuyu Station who is able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ships guarding the jump points, but they have not been able to get a long-range comm array to send the data to us. That's where you come in. Head to Derinkuyu and retrieve the data from our agent, then return here. Oh, why me? Oh, why not? I'm not exactly spoiled for choice, and you've shown some ability to handle difficulties. It's not going to be a milk run, that's for sure. What's the plan? First off, make sure you turn off your transponder once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. If you're lucky, the pirates may even think you're one of their own, and let you approach Derinkuyu without any trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer, to make sure they can't get a good reading on your fleet. You can also approach along the asteroid belt. That'll give you almost perfect cover as long as you're moving slowly. And if they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burning to get out of there, lose them, and then come back around to try again. Don't E-burn unless you really need to, though. It's hard on the ships, and will cost you more supplies to recover from. Eats up a good chunk of fuel, too. Alright, very well. Excellent. Thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you got the data. Good luck. Right, let's do it. Quick save, F5. And that's Derinkuyu right there, y'all. We'll go here. Or maybe more here. Clouds. And we'll see what happens. Let's help out. Only two of us right now, anyway. Okay. I turn off sustain burn for now. We're gonna go at a nice normal speed. I'm gonna slide up alongside the asteroid belt. Here, we'll get a closer view. Ow. Okay. That's what they meant about going slow. Okay. There's some debris here I want to claim while we have a moment. We're gonna go dark really quickly. Alright. I'll take that. Let's keep moving. Now, I'm assuming this is... Yep, they're looking for my fleet right now. Very funny. I have a feeling they won't find it, though. Because we're going to be in and out like no one's business. Alright. Boom. Putri vegan. You contact the agent using a special comms ID and exchange passphrases to verify each other's identities. The agent then transmits a data file with recent raw sensor readings of the unstable jump points. Boom. In and out. Alright. Uh-oh. That's us. They seem to have caught on. Let's get out of here. Booyah! Easy. Ow. What the fuck did I just hit? Anyway. Let's go back to the station. Although I actually want to hit this this gate here first. Let's see what's over there. Because it looks like there's doodads over there. Hi, Sordior. Good luck spacing. May the solar wind ever be in your favor. Thank you, Sordior. I hope you're doing well today on another lovely hump day. Getting that good workout in, maybe? Hmm? A corgi's got to stay fit, you know? You should definitely... you know what? I think you would probably like this game. I've given it a little bit of a try. Definitely a lot of fun. It's very Starfinder-like in some ways. Very Starfinder-like in some ways. Forget fit. I just want to be huge. Yeah, my boy wants to be big. Big boy. All right, let's talk to Kali Alat. You have the data. Well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data file. While the system is running a preliminary analysis of the data, I believe you're due a reward. Hell yeah, 5K. 5,000 credits, baby. You know it's a fantasy setting when you get gold. You know it's a space setting when you get credits. Am I right? Is there a problem? There's a chime in the background and she looked concerned. Yes, the system estimates it'd take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with a stabilization algorithm. Naturally, by then, the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it meaningless. If we had an AI core on hand, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in the system, one left over from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. It should have at least one AI core serving as its brain. Where is it, and why hasn't it been salvaged before? To answer your second question, domain artifacts are usually protected by the automated defenses that still function to this day, and this probe is no exception, and the hegemony, well, generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts, for the sake of public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. As to where it is, my data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, then head out beyond the asteroid belt and use an active sensor burst. You should at the very least, get a sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform salvage, and bring back an AI core. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option in the map filter. I'll see what I can do. Alright, let's see what we got here. Assuming this is Pontus right here. Yep, there's Pontus. But if we turn this off, you can see everything. Oh, hang on. We're gonna go to the Ansira relay instead of going straight through the star. How about that? That's probably smart, right? And we can also fast forward and hit the sustain burned option as well. You can apparently claim it and bring it online, or break it for salvage. We're not going to do either of those. But we are going to go to Pontus. And also we're going to stop at that station too. Oh, hang on. Turn my transponder back on. Here we go. You approach the stark white Taurus hulls of Galatia Academy Station. Your request to the automated docking queue is denied. The codes are hegemony. After a moment, the comms link opens to a hegemony sigil. Encryption kicks in, and your view screen cuts to a harried-looking hegemony lieutenant using a handheld comms unit. Apologies, Captain. The Academy's closed during the crisis. I'll have to ask you to leave immediately. An adjutant leans into frame and whispers something into his ear. Oh, you're the freelancer my CO on Ansira got to help us out. He relaxes his tone. I'm Lieutenant Sean Key. We're carrying out the investigation into who screwed up here while you take care of the problem out there. I wish you luck, Captain, because if you don't solve this, it's going to get ugly. What's going on? He considers whether to answer your question. I suppose you're technically in the chain of command as an auxiliary. Right. We arrested the provost of the Academy on a screenful of charges. Endangering space infrastructure, negligence of habitability protocols, gross conspiracy to manipulate unauthorized technologies, it goes on. And by old Earth, you note his jaw clenching unconsciously, he earned it. Why? What did he do? We were briefed about the experiment. It was only supposed to cause a minor increase in comms noise. Maybe some odd readings near the jump points. Nothing like this. Obviously, something more was going on. Something big enough that the provost had to know about it, and the lieutenant's adjutant whispers in his ear again. If you're not mistaken, there's shouting in the background, barely picked up by the lieutenant's handheld comm unit. The mob grows restless, the lieutenant says, with a joyless smile. He barks some orders to someone. The hollow feed jostles and flickers with static as they begin to move. We'll chat later, Captain. I'll buy you a pint on Quaddle Station someday if you can get us out of this mess. All right, thank you, officer. Let's go do a scan. We're going to flip over here and hit that active sensor burst. I see something. It's over here. There it is. See that? There's an unidentified entity right there. That's what I call my penis. Okay. Time to engage the automated defenses, guys. Let's go. Let's try and be careful here. So you can command your fleet up here. Let's both target the one on the left. Get rid of that fast. Yeah, that one looks risky. Probably should have quick saved. But what are you gonna do? This guy's slipping behind me. I gotta take him on. They don't seem that tough, though. Oh, he's wearing away my flux, though. That's not good. Alright, well, look. The other one's distracted. I can take this one on by myself. I have to vent flux really fast. You press V to vent flux. That's how it works. Oh, try to hit me. Try to hit me! But I got him! Easy. Alright. Either ship's doing okay still. I think we're alright. I have a zero flux engine boost, by the way. I didn't realize that. And ECM. There we go. Easy money. We'll claim that victory. And we'll pick through the wreckage. There's a couple of extra weapons. A Vulcan. Another Vulcan. Oh, a light dual machine gun. Okay. We'll take all of it. As your fleet finishes mopping up the automated defenses, a weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if this is random noise from a dying subsystem or some kind of encrypted signal. Your fleet finishes its approach to the domain-era probe without further incident. Alright. Let's salvage. And there's 2 Gamma cores in here, apparently. The Gamma-level AI core is capable of supporting most human endeavors, making up for a lack of creativity and problem-solving ability with prodigious computational prowess. Okay. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And there's some scrap here, too. We'll scavenge. Oh, we lost 2 crew and 3 heavy machinery during this one. But that's fine. We have plenty of machinery, and we can always hire more crew, right? Alright, back to Ansira. Wait a second. There's cargo pods here. Did I miss something? There's a ship. Nope, I thought there was a ship here. Let's get the contents. Oh, I'm taking more. I took too much. Okay, that's the problem. Let's get rid of some of this shit. Nope. It's the fuel itself, I think. That's the problem. Okay. Okay. So I can't take that. You have a limit on what you can take, unfortunately. Okay. And I'm going to dump a little bit of metal. There. Perfect. Alright, now we can get out of here. And we'll go at a sustained burn. Slow down a little bit through the... Okay, apparently even with slowing down, we still hit something. It's okay. We're gonna soar on through space above, through the cosmos. Straight to the station. Yes, yes. And we'll talk to Callie a lot and get more money. Solid work. I'll get my technicians working on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover your expenses, hopefully with a good amount left over. I'll send you the stabilization algorithm when the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running it through using your fleet's drive field as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there's still the matter of the miners guarding both the jump points out of the system. And you said their forces are significant? Well, it's all relative. Our security detachment could handle them easily, but as I've mentioned, it's tied down defending Ansira. Your fleet, on the other hand, you might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take such chances, especially when there's an alternative. What alternative is that? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra. Ships that were deemed not worth the effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the shipwrecking facilities elsewhere. Now, though, they'll serve our needs. Go there and recover all the ships you can, and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure to bring enough crew to operate the recovered ships. Perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow, too. Here, take this Mudskipper transport. Consider it part of your reward. Thank you, I'll return with the ships. Awesome. We'll do a quick repair, and I think we can actually fuck around with our fleet now. So we have 3 ships here. We've got, got the ISS Blue Star, ISS Antares Bright, and the ISS Starfarer. So let's give them some new names. How about that? Can I do that? Let's see. Here we go. This is information. Selling. Oh, hang on. I gotta go to the shipyard to refit them. Here we go. When refitting a ship while docked at a space station, you can mount both the weapons in your cargo hold and the ones available for purchase at the station. Undoing the changes to the ship's loadout will simply unmounting the purchased weapons will refund the credits used, but only if you haven't navigated away from the refit screen. Cool. We'll call this one... Well, we need a tag. Kahtide Space Navy. KSN. I love it. Kahtide's Baby. That's the ship's name. Kahtide's Baby. Let's see what it has on it right now. Light dual autocannon, light assault gun, Vulcan, and an ion cannon. It's kind of mixed up. A little mixed up. I'm going to put 4 Vulcan cannons on the back to cover our ass. And the light dual machine gun. We'll do 2 light dual autocannons? Light assault gun? No, okay. We'll do the autocannon and the machine gun. That's fine with me. It also has these mods and features, so we can actually, if we want to adjust these and things like that, capacitors, vents, things like that. I think it's good for now, but we can adjust weapon groups too. I forgot about that. Usually I think I will just put all the Vulcan cannons on one, and the dual machine gun and autocannon on the other. And I guess we have 2 more points left, so let's put them into capacitors. Beautiful. So capacitors, for those who are not in the know, they give you extra flux, and vents allow you to vent flux. So you can store more flux and vent more flux. Important stuff to keep in mind. But just to show you, you get a bunch of different features here that you can add. Berthing, mech weapon mounts, fuel tanks, overrides, all kinds of stuff. And you'll pick up more as you research more. Okay. Apparently this is our Lieutenant Blair Themis. Their personality is steady. Alright, this is going to be KSN Grabby Doo. I don't know, I'm going to give him funny names because I think it's funnier that way. We'll leave this alone. I think this is a good setup so far. Militarized subsystems, armored weapon mounts. And then we'll call this one KSN Sordior's Pain. We'll call it Sordior's Pain because I care about that a lot. Okay. What we can do is, this thing has a civilian grade hull, which is not good. We want to probably remove that, especially since we're not going to be using this in combat. So let's give it a militarized subsystem. Oh dear, my pain. I always bump my knees in that place. Yeah, you do. You're a knee bumper. I know you are. Oh, shit. But anyway, this will reduce our sensor profile and increase our max burn, which is useful for us here. Beautiful, beautiful. That should do it, I think. Let me make sure it all took. Yep, it all took. Perfect. And while we're here, I'm going to go trade a little bit, too. I have a bunch of extra guns I don't really need. I guess maybe we should hold on to them, though. What I will do is I'm going to sell this Gamma Core. I don't really need it right now. I'm also going to sell probably all this metal, too. I don't need that either. It's just kind of taking up space in my cargo hold. We do need to buy... It sounds weird buying. We should need to hire. We need to hire crew. We're going to hire some crew, not buy them. That's not how that works. Thankfully, there's no tariffs at this place. Thank God. I love tariffs, folks. We're going to put tariffs into space. Tariffs in space, folks. Okay. Quick save. Let's go to Tetra. Get busy. I'll zoom in more so you can see better. Oh shit. Oh damn, we totally slipped by that without hitting an asteroid. Okay. So we're here. We have a bunch of derelict ships. Let's go see what we can find. So I'm going to start off by just going through them, because some of them we can just pick up. They're not actually, they don't need extra work. We can just grab them. Like this one. This one is a Kite-class shuttle. We have a Kite-class shuttle already. You can see what it has. So it has some lasting damage, structural damage, and increased maintenance. To fix these, you have to actually go to a shipyard and like specifically spend shit to fix it. Usually, you can get away without having to worry about doing that, I think, but it does depend. We're going to recover this one. The ISS Medusa. We got one. This one also, we'll have to choose. Hang on. Some of them are dangerously low combat readiness. Deploying these ships in combat is likely to cause critical malfunctions. We're not going to do that. So yeah, basically they're just saying, if it's busted, don't use it, which is very reasonable. This one we can recover. This is a Wolf-class frigate, which we could have picked up earlier. This one has 3. I usually feel like 3 is the max on the lasting damage I'm willing to accept. I usually shoot for 2 if I can get a 2, but 3 I guess we'll accept. It does have degraded shields and life support, which is not good, but I need every ship I can get, so I'm just going to take it. I mean, probably same with this one. Let's see. Yep, this one also has 3. But again, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take it. Now, the Hammerhead Destroyer. Now, that's my puppy. This is a good one right here. This one does a solid bit of damage. It has an erratic fuel injector and degraded engines, but honestly, that's fine. This thing doesn't need to be that fast. Woo! Baller. There's a light carrier. And I think there's one more to check out, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no. I think we've checked them all out now. Okay. So we have story points. And I would probably recommend spending on story points, but not all of them. Let's see. So we can consider here. So, consider whether special measures might be taken to recover the ship. Whenever it's in green, that's a story point item. Sometime later, you hear back from your chief engineer, who mumbles about being a miracle worker to someone off screen, before noticing you've picked up the call. Commander, looks like we might be able to pull this off, though I'll say you're not going to find what I'm going to do in any manual, and it wouldn't pass any inspection, but then again, we're not in the hegemony fleet. It'll fly, though. So, as you can see, this one is actually a good one. So we have, this one only has 2 lasting damage points on it. We have 4 story points, and there's 5 ships out there still, so I think this one's probably worthwhile. We're going to take this one. The Last Reigns of Sistramor. That's what it was called. That's a frigate, that's a freighter, destroyer, and light carrier. Honestly, the destroyer and the light carrier are probably the ones I want to focus on right now. Let's see. This one's only got 2. I definitely want this one. The Condor-like carrier. This one's only got 2 as well. So I will definitely take that. Although, it exceeds our available supplies and crew if we take it. We can always afford more. We can afford more. It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to work on that later. For now, I think we're going to scrap the last 2. I don't want to... I want to keep a point of reserve, just in case we need it. And honestly, those 2 big boys are going to be doing plenty for us, I think. Cool. I like it. So that should be everything now. I'm going to do one more sensors ping while we're here, just to see if there's anything useful. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've already explored that. I thought that was another debris field. That was the tutorial debris field. Alright, let's go back. Can I slow sojourn across the asteroid belt? Bonk. Yeah, I know. Running low on supplies because we're spending a bunch. Let's just fix these ships up. Alright. I'm going to sell that. I'm going to also... Well, before we do anything, I'm going to talk to Kelly a lot. Welcome back. A bunch of rust buckets, aren't they? But put some weapons on them, get a proper refit done, and with a dedicated crew, they'll do alright. It's no worse than what the pirates have got at any rate. Speaking of weapons... Yeah, I was just about to talk to you about that. Not much to buy on the open market, but we have some stores. I've already ordered local storage space to be assigned to you, and some suitable weapons transferred there, along with enough supplies to speedily bring the new ships back to full combat readiness. Use them to outfit your new ships, make sure you've got enough crew for a full complement on every ship, and then break the rogue miner defenses at the inner jump point. Once this conversation is over, press R to open the refit. Blah blah blah, and check the storage. I take it you've got the stabilization algorithm then. Correct. These cores seem like they can work miracles sometimes. Let me transmit the results. Good luck to you. If you fail, well, we'll have to send the security force to do the job, and then it could get very messy. Good to know you're already working on a plan B. Come now, it's not so grim. I have every expectation you'll succeed, or I wouldn't send you. But it's my responsibility as commander to plan for every eventuality and not rely on a miraculous savior. Now, about those miners. The 2 fleets guarding the jump point will aid each other if you engage one when the other is nearby, so it will be an easier fight if you manage to separate them first. If you can't, it should still be a fight you can win, though. Cool. Alright. Actually, before I get into this one, I'm going to quick save. And then I'm going to go into the storage area, and look at that! 100 supplies, some ships here. These are ships. These are production chips to allow you to produce ships. And then a shit ton of weapons here. Love to see it. So can we just take all of it? How do I take all? Yes, I can control click them all. Boom. Confirmed. Alright. Let's do a refit first. I'm wondering if we should just strip it and rebuild these. I almost feel like we should just fully strip everything and rebuild it. Now that we have all these new weapons. Let's do that. Plus we have to come up with a bunch of funny new names. But yeah, this is going to be our flagship. This big boy, this destroyer is going to be our flagship. We can switch it here. There we go. And I'm going to give my special officer command of the freighter. There we go. Cool. So now we can build everything. I need to upgrade this, update this really quick. Maybe we should first focus on... Hold on. I think we should maybe focus on getting our crew figured out first. That might be the smart way to do this. But I want to also organize things by... I guess strength and value is kind of what I'm thinking. There we go. That's kind of the arrangement, I think. Let's get crew. We have 22,000 credits to spend. We need another 40 people. We'll get 50. Just have a little extra. Actually, add another 6 because I like round numbers. Beautiful. That takes 2,000. 2,000 credits for that hiring fee. And now we go to refit. And now we can rebuild everything. So I'm going to call this one. Let's start with the fun names. Kahtide's Fist. I'm going to fist you. Okay, then we'll call that Zara's Malice. Yes! Now we're getting some fun names in there. ASN Gear goes Lament. Yes! These are cool names. We're getting there. This is a cool name. ASN. Big Tanky. Because it's a tanker. We'll call it Big Tanky. You can also change what the kind of unit it is. Like, you can name it to give you an idea of what it does, which is cool. I think that's really cool. And we'll call it the 6-shooter. And then last but not least. Okay, I said last but not least. This is like how like boomers name their boats, you know, when you're at the marina. I love it. All right, this does take a little time, but this is how we can maximize our fleet's effectiveness. So I'm just going to try and go through this quickly. My strategy, I'll show you my strategy, and then you'll watch how I do it. So generally speaking, I like to try and put like protective weapons to cover our flanks on the back. Usually light machine guns. These big guys, we're going to put the biggest thing we can. Small missile hard points. We're going to put some heavy missiles there. This one is going to be like the puncher, so it's going to punch right through and hit things really hard. So I wanted to have the best weapons we have available. You can do Arbalest autocannons are pretty good, if I remember correctly. And then we could do... Usually I feel like I hit shields often. I see shields pretty often, so I think I'm going to hit double sabos on that. And then we will add... We have a lot of autocannons. A lot of light autocannons. We'll put Vulcans on this one instead, though. I think they're a little bit better. And they're made for point defense anyway. Alright. Easy peasy. Don't care about the fuel injector that much. It does increase the fuel use. That's maybe not that good. But I can't really do anything about that anyway right now. I don't have the shit for it. So the best I can do is get more fuel tanks. And I think rather than do that on our big boy fighter ship, we're going to put all the good shit on this. Hardened subsystems, reinforced bulkheads, armored weapon mounts, auxiliary thrusters for, you know, maneuverability, and some blast doors. And we'll put the rest of these into capacitors and vents. And I think that'll do us. This thing's a lot tougher now. Very good, very good. And then we'll wrap it up with some weapon groups. Fortunately, this one's easy. All right, so that's how you do it. This is how you do it. It's really simple, but it allows a lot of good flexibility. For this one, we can put bombers and heavy fighters. I always start with the fighters and the weapons first if I can get it. We can do some missile turrets. So this is a carrier, so we really don't need it to have anything special. I would just give it some strike craft protection, probably. And then an assault gun. And then probably a rail gun, just to give it a little extra meat. This one has malfunctioning comms, which reduces our fighter engagement range. That's not good. And then compromised hull. So we'll get some reinforced bulkheads to fix the hull up. Put the last 2 points into our capacitors and vents, because this one's really not going to be in the fight that much. It's going to let the fighters do the fighting for it. Okay, next up. We can do some light mortars. Why don't we do some light mortars for anti-armor? We'll do some point defense, some light dual machine guns, and some light dual auto cannons for the back. And then this one's a freighter, so definitely cargo holds, definitely fuel tanks, probably some additional thrusters. I think that'll work. And then, you know what? Why not? We'll put some bulkheads on there and put the rest into capacitors and vents. Cool. Let's keep going. This is a support destroyer. So this one needs to be hefty. It needs to be meaty. And it also has it has energy hard points. So this is a different weapon style. Since this is a destroyer, we'll put an antimatter blaster and an ion cannon to suppress some of their abilities. And then we'll stick on... We'll do a pressure. We'll do a pressure, because this one definitely feels like more of a supportive type destroyer, rather than a heavy hitter, I would say. And then I think we'll just stick some auto cannons on this one, and maybe a couple missiles. I almost want to see what other missiles we have around here before I apply all of them. This one, obviously, this is our good fighter, so we'll put anti-armor and we'll put anti-shields on both, so that it can be flexible. Vulcan cannon. See, we got more missile hardpoints here. So we have finishers and anti-engine and anti-shield. We'll put double anti-shield on this. We'll put... This is a tanker. We're not really going to be using that, so we'll put anti-engine. This one definitely needs... I think this is good for finisher. We'll put a finisher fighter together. It's a 6-shooter, right? It's got 6 missiles on it. Look at that. That's so cool. Any other missiles? 2 more here. And we'll make this one a blend of finisher and anti-shield to give it a little more flexibility. And then I think that leaves us with a couple more missiles to work with. Yeah, we actually have a little bit of extra to work with. Let's do one of everything then. Anti-engine, finisher, and anti-shield. That actually wraps up all the weapons there. I forgot to do weapon groups, though. Give me a second to finish that. So the top button I forgot to mention here, this top blue dot here, that's for auto-firing all your weapons, which is useful when you're commanding. Less so when other people, when you have, you know, a ship running on its own, but still pretty useful. So this one has degraded life support, which means that the crew capacity is already knocked down low. So why don't we just give this one extra fuel and cargo holds? It is more of a supporter. Oh, but it's got a civilian hull. Okay, maybe we don't do that. Maybe fuel is pretty important, so I'm gonna pick fuel. I'll take that. I'm gonna take the militarized subsystems as well, and then we'll just put the rest into capacitors and vents, and I think that'll cover it. See, civilian grade hulls are not helpful. Again, they make you really obvious, and they reduce your sensor strength too. That's the other problem. And with the militarized subsystems, you get an extra burn dot, which is good too. So you can go faster. It's all very useful. It's all very useful. I don't think this one has any shields though, which is fun. Yeah, the ship has no shields. Awesome. This one also has a civilian grade hull, but you can see it also has militarized subsystems built into it, so we don't have to worry about this one at all, thankfully. This one's already got all the weapons we want on it too. I forgot to press this, by the way. There we go. So we'll just leave these on auto. And then I feel like this one's got to be distracting, very distracting. We need a lot of speed. We need to keep it alive. So bulkhead. You know what? Blast doors. Because blast doors, I think, they increase your hull integrity and you reduce casualties. Versus the bulkhead, which is just lets it be more recoverable after the battle. You don't get as much integrity, but you get to save more people. I think that's useful. Let's do the armored weapon mounts, and then we'll just rest into our caps and vents. And how many more? We still have 5 more to go, so I'll try and hurry through these a bit more. Greatest shields, degraded life support, compromised armor. My God in heaven, this thing does not want to survive. It seems. I will. This is really a combat vehicle, so we should probably be aiming for combat. These up to 6. We can really add a lot of stuff to it, though. Are there any other weapons I need to add? Oh, yeah, I forgot to add all the weapons, actually. Hold on. Before we get carried away, let me add our weapons. We have medium energy as well. We can put a mining blaster on it. Miner's best friend. I think it actually does a decent amount of damage, too, if I'm not mistaken. 1,000 damage a second. Sustained. We'll take it. This will be our mining frigate. Then we'll put 2 ion cannons on the back there. I think that'll cover it. Okay. That makes it a little easier to plan this out a bit more. So we'll do the bulkheads, the blast doors, 6 each on these. And what else do we want to add? Armored weapon mounts, probably. Sweet. Alright, this one looks pretty mangled, I'm not going to lie. It also has a civilian-grade hull, which isn't great. Compromised storage, also not good. Is that everything? Crew cargo and fuel capacity has been reduced on our tanker. That's hilarious. You know what? I'll take the... Fine. I'll take the auxiliary fuel tanks. I'll increase it by 30%. Actually, do I have all of my weapons picked out? We'll put a light autocannon and another light autocannon. And I think that'll be good. And we'll get the militarized subsystems, yeah. Cool. In that case, 5 points in each should round us out. Here's our 6-shooter. Give it a nice Vulcan cannon. It's got a glitch sensor array and increased maintenance and a civilian-grade hull. Man, this is... We're just not lucking out on any of these ships, I'm telling you. Okay. That should do the trick. Last 2. So this one's easy. It's just a transport. So we'll just put a light machine gun on. Militarize that subsystem. And then we're going to add extra berthing. And I think that's all we can add, unfortunately. We'll take it. Because it is a transport. And here's our last one. Light autocannon. Again, with the civilian-grade hulls, not good. Reinforced bulkheads. Then we'll put 2 dots apiece in. That should do the trick. Okay! I almost forgot to do the weapon groups. Let me finish that up here. Okay. It does take a little bit of time to set everything up, but I feel like once you get it set up, it doesn't take that much time to like update your fleet as you get new ships in. Boom! There we go. And we are left with a ton of crap to sell, which is great. Although, honestly, I do think that it might be smart to set aside some of these for later, because they don't sell for a lot of money, is the thing. So maybe, because we do have free storage in here, why don't we just put these back for now, and then we're really not going to make that much money off of these if we sell them. That's the thing. We can always come back here once we get a couple more ships, get these items out, you know, well, pop them on, and make a run for it. That should just about do it. I have, yep, a quick save. And I think we're ready to go. Let's start. Battle time. You're tuned into the Kahtide online stream. If you're enjoying this stream, hit the follow button. Uh-oh. Gonna need to immediately go in there. But I hit the stabilizer. You load the stabilization algorithm into your jump program, and the drive field goes through a series of esoteric fluctuations, the resonance gradually canceling out the instability in this jump point. The jump point should be stable enough to use within a day or so. Awesome. Oh, and they didn't even want to fight me. Are you kidding me? Try me, bitch. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna kick your ass 6 ways from Sunday. Did the hegemony send you to do this errand for him? Come to collect the bill? We're going. I want to fight. I want to fight. So, you know what? Fuck it. We'll deploy all of them. We're gonna deploy all of them. Let's go. So, what I like to do is as soon as they come into view, I like to split the fleet up. Get them going. Get them all on that one and that one. We'll get the flanks first. This is my ship here. Love to see it. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna be quick about it. Some fighters here. They seem to be fleeing. But my ships are doing great. They're doing a great job. Let me help them out with these fighters once I get close enough. There's a kill. I think they've got the fighters squared away. Let me get in here and get this guy on. Look at that. We're getting that flux up high. This Arbalest is really good, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good starter weapon. And the shield coverage is great on this thing. Although it's going for my engines now. Look at this asshole. Excuse me? Hello? Shit. I've been caught out with... Shit. Okay, I actually took a big hit there. Oh, you little rodent. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get your ass. He's trying to get away from me now. Look at him. Look at this little coward. Oh, there's a kill. Guess your little helper. Guess the guy you were trying to protect is dead. And you're gonna die next. He's very agile, though. And he's wearing away at my flux fast. Haha! Loser. Alright, who's left? It's a hammerhead over there, I think. You can say I took a bit of a beating, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll survive. Alright. We have an accelerated ammo feeder. If you press F, you can actually activate your special powers and shit like that. I think that's our last guy, and he's going down fast. Rising Hyperbolic. Hammerhead D class destroyed. Wow, that thing almost died. Holy shit. Thank God it survived. I don't think we lost that much, did we? We lost one ship. My baby! Are you kidding me? Kahtide's baby got blown up! No! That sucks. Preliminary reports indicate approximately 80 crew and no Marines were lost during the last engagement. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Alright. Can I recover? Compromised armor! This is bullshit, man. Really? Seriously? I only have one story point, and none of these are good. I'll take it. I'll take it. And you know what? I'm gonna kick the ass of the other guy, too. Wherever he is. I know he's around here. Doing a sensor ping. Where is that asshole? Where the hell did he go? Or did they link up together? They might have linked up together, and I didn't realize. I get an extra point, though. Let's see. Train. Tactical drills. Let's do tactical drills. We can scooch on out of here and go get our money and get this thing fixed. How dare they break Kahtide's baby? That's Kahtide's baby you're breaking! Alright. Quick repair. 53 supplies, my god in heaven. That was very expensive. Can I fix this thing? Where's my baby? There's my baby. How do I fix this? How do I fix this again? Restore. Oh my god! It cost 20,000 credits?! I'm gonna reload. We're gonna load that again. God, wait a second. Did I save after I... Okay, I did save. Thank God. Okay, I saved before we left. Thank God. Thank God. Let's go. Let's try that again. We can do a better job of this. We can do a better job of this. That was unacceptable. That was too many crew members lost. Alright, let's try and pull one of them away. Maybe with a quick interdiction pulse. That should piss them off, hopefully. Mein Gott. They're really just hugging each other's butts, aren't they? Screw it, let's do it. There's gotta be a better... There's gotta be a better outcome. There. I'm gonna send them all at one. I'll try and monitor them. Why is my missile not turned to auto-fire? I don't get it. That would have helped a lot, probably. Hey, don't break my shit! Don't break my shit! Don't you break my ship over there! I can see you breaking it right now! Oh my god! Immediately broke it! Are you kidding me? Come on! Come on! Immediately you broke my ship? Really? This is driving me crazy already. Okay, come on, guys. Can we hurry? Can we figure this out? I thought you're supposed to be like the good crew member. You know what? Fuck it. If you can't handle, we under strength. Did we not buy enough crew members? Hold on. I might have missed that. Machi. Okay. I think I missed that earlier. Need another 100. That's expensive. Expensive. That's very expensive. Alright, try that again. There's gotta be a better outcome here. Okay? I'm just gonna stop, and I'm gonna see what happens. See, I don't think you can really split them up is the problem. I know the game thinks that you can, but I don't think you really can. Motherfucker, get over here. The sustained burn that doesn't work right. See, look, it immediately combines them. So, whatever. We'll just do it. I'm gonna give her one more try, not to completely eat shit. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna tell you to go over here. Back off. I don't trust you with my baby. These guys are terrible at their jobs already. Look at this. Hull's already down. I've already lost I'm already losing this fucking ship, man. There we go. Much better. Alright. That's my prey right there. Give me my missiles. Oh, am I out of missiles? Uh-oh. That's not good. okay. We can increase its flux, get it to overload. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Kirajo's Lament's complaining now. There we go. Now we're doing some damage. Get this thing out of here. Okay, I think we have a better shot of this one. Beautiful! Oh, much better. Much, much better. Much better. Okay, let's push forward. While I vent. Alright, that's our guy right there. Oh my god! It blew up my ship! Asshole! You are an asshole! I'm kicking your ass 6 ways from Sunday, buddy! How could you? And another one of my ships went down! Good thing, at least they were the shitty ones, you know, the ones I don't actually care about that much. Where the hell are my guys? There we go. Come on. It's finally starting to take a bit of hull damage, maybe. Oh my god, we're losing ships left, right, and center. What the hell? How is this thing so fucking tough? Come on, guys. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna go for the extreme fire. That's right, asshole. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Give it. Get it. Ooh, there we go. There we go. So far not doing great though. I'm not happy with this performance either. Hopefully it'll be better than the last one. It says the enemy fleet's defeated. And look at it, just ran away. It just fucking ran away. Like a little coward. Like a little bitch. Nope. I'm getting them. I'm getting them. Handle it. Handle it, second command. There we go. No enemy ships managed to escape. Yeah! 17 crew and no Marines were rescued from life pods and intact compartments. After losing 90! Brother, come on! Give me a better run! Can you give me a better run than this, please? That's worse than the last one! What the fuck? I definitely have done better than this before. I've definitely fucking done better than this before in my own playthrough. I'm gonna save here. We're gonna start over. And need to catch one of them away from the other one. Look at them, they just hover together. It makes it impossible to split them apart. Why do I even want to bother with them? Fuck this. You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna do it and they're gonna fucking leave and they're not gonna do shit about it, are they? Exactly. They're not gonna do shit about it because they're little bitches. Look at them. They're not doing anything. I don't need to do shit about it. Fuck them. I'm not damaging a single fucking ship, and I'm just gonna slip by, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the money. They can deal with them. Station Commander Alat seems a bit giddy with excitement. We actually did it. You just never know with these things. It's such a relief to not be cooped up in the system anymore. Here's your reward, well earned and with my gratitude. In addition, I sent you with a monthly stipend from the Galatia Academy in recognition for services rendered. It could run for 3 full cycles. Frankly, they don't have much room to complain right now. They didn't even have to lean on them too hard to get this sorted out. Awesome. We got some money coming in. Now, I expect the authorities at the headquarters on Jungala in the Corvus system would like to hear about the recent events. Would you deliver a report for me? Ask to speak with Station Commander Kyugu when you get there. Oh, and make sure to take enough fuel to make the trip. Flying in system, as you have been, doesn't use fuel, so it's easy to forget that flying in hyperspace does. It's not too far, but with your current fleet, you'll need at least 90 units to get there. If you do manage to run out of fuel somehow and get stuck in an uninhabited system, and that'd be a real feat on the Galatia Corvus route, let me tell you, you can always issue a distress call and wait for help to arrive. I'm also declaring a bounty on the remaining rogue minor fleets here. If you like, you can stick around here and help mop up before going to Corvus. I guess we could actually do a bit of fighting then. I have 90 bits of fuel, which is good, but I'm going to probably need more. You know what? I'll take that. Bounty posted. Hold on. How do we get to the bounty? Let's see. It's probably an intel. Here we go. Galatia system bounty, 1,000 base reward per frigate. I mean, that's not great. 1,000 per frigate? Whatever. I'll just go to Galatia first. We'll chat with them, see what's up. It really does seem like fighting is a expensive pain in the ass that should be avoided usually. Especially considering how much damage your ships take. So a lot of my ships aren't that good. Not gonna lie. Not that good. Uh-oh. Who's that? Raiding the Galatia star system, huh? Why don't we take them on, I think we can handle it. They're probably pirates. Yep, there they are. They're scouts. Let's get them. They're trying to avoid contact right now, but I'm gonna get them. Pursue them. Let's take command of the action. We'll do this one, and these ones. I think that'll do the trick. There's only 3 of them anyway. And I've got a big boy ready to fight with. Right. Is one of my engines busted? It looks like one of my engines is busted. I'll help out my second in command here. There go the missiles. This guy is way too fast. That's the problem. Can I get him with something longer range? There we go. That's a hit. Yes! Now we're talking. Come on. Oh my god, they're such chicken shits. Come here. Come on. I have a bounty to collect. Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in hot. Oh my god. What is going on? Why is my engine busted? I can't move. It's only 2 of them. No, there we go. Okay. They're all back online now. Oh my god. That's the problem with having a big ship, is it's way too slow. I just want to be able to increase the speed somehow. I don't know how to do that. Besides, well, to be fair, this one's damaged. That's probably why it's so slow. Oh, we got one disabled. what this is here. Some sort of signal-y thingy. Satellite. Is this the disabled one? I think they should go after that one instead. My god, I'm slow. Look at this. Barely moving. But I do look cool. That's okay. We can at least monitor the action on the map. Sensor jammer deployed at the by the enemy at location beta. I think that's the jammer. I'll take it out at least while they're handling the other guys. Okay. What am I? Oh, another disabled one. Love to see it. Can I even do anything to this thing? Oh, I think just being around it does it. The retreating enemy forces were able to disengage, but not without taking losses. Okay. Can we recover? We can recover this one. It's only got 2 subsystems damaged. So I will take it. I'll take their trash, too, while I'm here. And I'll take this asshole on. And I'll just have the second command deal with it. Okay. Apparently they were able to still disengage. Are you kidding me, man? Come on. Can you get this asshole, please? I would really like to get rid of him. They're pissing me off now. Here. 2 fighters. Okay. And they didn't escape. Love to see it. Thank you. That's what I wanted. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. And I got to level up. What do you know? Oh, I didn't spend it, actually. That's the thing. My bad. Alright. The stark white hull of Galatia Academy Station. You gotta love to see it. Crawls past you in a slow magisterial rotation. The ivory Taurus looms before you. Your request to the docking queue is approved. Your comms officer helpfully mutes the chirpy automated vid feed, representing a boulderized history of the Galatia Academy and its role in providing education and research to the Persian sector, while remaining above political influence. The landing promenade is filled with modest civilian transports, a few high-end personal craft, and, at the far end, a row of freighters offloading supplies. A junior Academy agent greets you in a landing lounge with promotional paraphernalia in hand. There's a lot of reading in this game. Greetings, Captain. Perhaps you are an alumni. Have you considered donating to a scholarship trust with the Academy? Let's ask about it. The agent launches into a polished spiel. The Academy was founded pre-collapse, a humble institution of research and higher education on the grand frontier of the domain. The dual foci were practical matters in fields from applied terraforming to engineering sciences, and more theoretical pursuits, including study of local astrophysics and xenobiology. The collapse, of course, changed everything, and in the following cycles, your eyes wander over the people coming and going. Groups of energetic youth display earnest association with various subcultures by modifying their standard academy uniforms. Knockoff hive scum holotags, ironic Ludic weave, hegemony officer coats done up in off-code colors and patterns, ill-fitted spacer rigging. Few proper academicians in pale coats study their datapads or walk swiftly in small groups to meetings and lectures. I'll request a meeting with the provost. The Academy agent makes a quiet request to their personal comms, then gives you a patient look. The new provost is very, very busy. New administration after the recent unpleasantness, you know. This could take some time. Days, weeks sometimes. You might want to leave your comms ID with me and come back in. The comms unit chimes softly. Yes? Really? I mean, yes, we'll come up immediately. The agent turns to you. Provost Baird will see you. Right now. Please follow me, Captain. You are led through a discreet, secure access door to a series of passages that bypass the public concourses. A travel lift activates at the Academy agent's presence. Blech, I am having a hard time reading, sorry. At the Academy agent's presence, and you step inside at the agent's encouraging nod. The lift pod is wrapped by diamond matrix, through which you can see the canyon-like sweep of plazas pass by, filled with crowds of students, academics, and technicians. Raising your gaze, you see that the pod is approaching a tiered substructure, which seems to hang over the curve of the station interior. The pod slows, and you shuffle to adjust to the local grav effect field gradient. You must be near the core of Galatia Station. Guard wearing a mirrored faceplate dismisses the junior agent and ushers you to an antechamber filled with small groups waiting to meet with the provost. They have perfect hair and perfect skin, unmarred by the radiation and burns that mark a spacer. Those cybernetics you can spot are consciously stylish adornments, rather than crude augments. Many have brought their young progeny with them. The stench of wealth and influence is palpable. Heads turn as you are led past all of them toward a set of large doors, inlaid with wood, from what looks like real trees. You feel their glares on you, like point defense fire on heavy armor. Play it cool or smile and wink? I hate the rich, so we'll smile and wink. You are special and you know it. Haha. Relationship with Orcus Phlegra and Pharrell Electra both went down by 1. Very funny. You enter the office and the doors close silently behind you. Provost Anahita Baird Anahita Baird turns to acknowledge your entrance, while concluding a call via her desk tablet. Ancient wooden shelves for real paper books gleam darkly in subdued light, emanating tastefully from nowhere. The shelves are only half-stocked from crates scattered around the office. A brass orrery of the Galatia system adorns a plinth in the midst of a seating cluster. Parchments mounted behind the provost's desk display intimidating intellectual rankings, their seals of authenticity glowing softly. I apologize for the mess, she says, having noted your examination. I've only just moved office. You're not here to set up a donation. Why then? Because it is very much in my interest to know about the up-and-coming mercenary captain who is capable of reversing the unfortunate situation created by my ambitious but incautious predecessor. Pause. This institution is not devoted to purely theoretical work. She forms a cradle with her hands as if to hold an idea as she explains it. For what use is knowledge if it does not give us the power and wisdom to change the world for the better? She leaves the question hanging in the air for a moment. Ooh, we get to choose ourselves. Option 1, knowledge is good for its own sake. 2, knowledge uplifts the human spirit. 3, knowledge can also be very profitable. Or 4, knowledge brings us close to the creator. My personal take is that it's good for its own sake. Provost Baird cuts you off as you begin to speak. The question was rhetorical, Captain. She brings her hands apart. She brings her hands apart? How does that work? The Galatia Academy would make use of someone like you. Someone capable, discreet. And here she pauses, a tactic for emphasis she appears to employ often. And very well paid. I do not wish to make the same mistake as my predecessor. If one wants work done properly, appropriate incentive must be provided. She leans back and looks to you, done speaking. For real this time. Probably. Ooh. Actually, I really did want to create a scholarship. You managed to surprise Provost Baird. She's silent for several confused seconds, processing your statement. I see, she says finally. Talk to my assistant about that. He'll make the arrangements. Provost shakes her head as if to shake clear the idea from her mind. Now, where were we? I'm interested. What do you need done? I shall put you in contact with academician Alvis Sebastian. He'll be my liaison with you. You'll receive a few mundane tasks from various departments in the Academy, so that we may build a working rapport and provide you with the funds required to bring your fleet up to my standards. He looks over her spectacles at you. Most of all, I require evidence of trust. I intend to remain provost here for a long time, and productive relationships are built on trust. We will speak again before long, I'm sure. She looks out the dimmed windows at the great halls of the Galatia Academy. You cannot imagine what we shall accomplish. She smiles now, not for you, but for herself. All right. An Academy agent quietly escorts you back to the landing promenade. You get the impression that they've been ordered not to ask you questions despite their obvious curiosity. A party of new inductees, led by another agent, gawk up at the station structure, at you, and at the passing academicians, who, serious-faced, appear to be entirely consumed by an esoteric debate. Let's talk to Albus. The comms connected after a moment. Oh, hello, it's you. Your contact almost looks surprised that you're calling, but manages to launch into an upbeat introduction. My name is Albus Sebastian. The new provost, that is, Provost Baird, assigned me to be your liaison with the Academy. I hope you're as excited to work with me as I am to be working with you. Nice to meet you, Academician. Yes, he seems nervous to be meeting a real-life space captain. You wonder idly how he even got this position. Different departments within the Galatia Academy tell me what they need done, and then I coordinate with freelancers like yourself to procure the necessary services. Oh, and I run jobs by the finance office. We have to make sure you get paid. That's very important. At any time, there may be various jobs open to you. You just have to check with me. Or sometimes there might be no jobs if they're all fulfilled. You read something on a tablet. But it looks like Provost Baird wants you to have first priority. She must like you. You're not so sure of this. Baird told me to talk to you about setting up a scholarship. What a wonderful idea, Captain. Sebastian starts tapping away at his terminal and pulling up forms. I feel, personally, he says, that giving a chance to the brilliant up-and-coming minds of the next generation is perhaps the noblest thing someone of means can do to contribute to, our future. He clears his throat. So it's only really worth doing if we can put up at least 100,000 credits into a trust. He watches through the link to see how you react. Interesting. Perhaps another time. Of course, yes. Sebastian taps a key, closing the work he already started. If you manage to change your mind, just let me know at any time. Let's ask about those jobs. He taps at a datapad. Let me look at what you've got lined up for today. A key academician from cybernetic physiology was, kidnapped while performing research by pirates based out of Umbra, and, well, we need someone to retrieve them now that a ransom has been negotiated. The Gravity Dynamics team has requested a retrieval of an object of scientific curiosity, a scientific interest, I should say, from a derelict ship near Delta Bell. The Persian Sociology team has turned up records of a data cache on Sedumunadok in the Manjindusa system. They just need someone to go and find it and transmit the contents back to the Academy. And the Special Collections team needs the instrument package from a probe recovered from Gamma Urid and returned to the Academy for analysis. So those sound nice. Interested in anything? We'll do all of them. Alright, researcher. What happened is academician Adam Yamada from Cybernetics Physiology was on a research mission outside the core worlds and was kidnapped by pirates. It's so dangerous out there. Sebastian looks upset at the thought. Pirates, space battles, cannibals, meteorites. He shudders. Just awful. Awful. Cannibals? Oh, I read about it. There was a desperate situation outside the core. Nothing was ever really proven, depending on which report you're going by, but it's more likely the records were destroyed. The way it goes is the crew ran out of supplies, and the captain... The academician realizes with a start that he's become rather sidetracked. Picks up his datapad and squints. Where was I? Pirates. Yes, right, yes, pirates. He clears his throat and looks down to read his datapad. Academician Adam Yamada was taken by them. They know that the Galatia Academy looks after its own. He looks only slightly relieved by this. And will pay a reasonable ransom. In this case, they're demanding 60,000 credits, which we'll release to you as soon as you pay the pirates contact. And their name is Dolga Demir, and they can be found on Umbra. We'll give you their comm code, so all you have to do is sneak into the port somehow, contact Dolga Demir, and pay the ransom, and then return academician Adam Yamada here to the Galatia Academy for an honorarium of 63,000 credits. If I find some other way to free the researcher, can I keep the ransom credits? This flusters Sebastian. Oh, stars, let me check. Judging by the sudden illumination of his face, Sebastian has pulled up a thick block of legal text, which he proceeds to scroll rapidly for a minute or so, speed-reading legal clauses. Well, technically, he smiles brightly, the funds are released to you as working capital appropriated to hiree. That's you. Pursuant to recovering deliverables listed in Addendum A, so it looks like you would keep the extra funds if you complete the job without using them. Hopefully not by, he looks queasy and closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. I can be very persuasive. So you'll do it? I accept. Glad to hear it, alright? Retrieval mission, that one's way further away. The gravity dynamics team needs you to pop on over to the Delta Bell system. That's 34 light years away to recover or retrieve a small-scale quantum momentum decoupling device from a derelict ship. I guess it's in the ship, or maybe the cargo. It says here they have a pretty good idea of exactly where it is within the hull itself anyway. This should be simple, right? He pauses briefly. Oh, the payment. Once you return the small-scale momentum decoupling device to the Academy Finance Office, the Finance Office will pay you 56,000 credits. Cool. Captain, you might, I've been authorized to provide you with a neutrino detector for the mission. A technical crew is transferring the necessary equipment to your flagship, and, I've sent the sensors officer the documentation. We found the neutrino detector very helpful for pinpointing interesting, all sorts of things while surveying distant systems. Power sources show up especially well, though sometimes you'll get a false signal. Oh, and one more thing. We haven't figured out a way to quite close the regenerative loop on the plasma reflector, and just be sure to stock extra volatiles in your cargo bay to keep the detector running. I don't think I have any of those. Okay, data retrieval. Oh no, okay. He turns to you, closes his eyes to brace for a moment, then puts on an impressive smile before proceeding. So this won't be a problem, right? I mean, we have the exact coordinates of the library for you. On Seru-Munadak, in the Mangina-Dusa system, which is 19 light years away. You get in, you get out, and once you're in hypercom range, you send the encrypted contents back to the Academy, and the Finance Office will pay you 81,000 credits. No problem. What? A longish pause, which is unusual for academician Sebastian. It was a way of filling uncomfortable gaps in conversation. But we're not supposed to talk about it. But if you recall all those rumors around the first AI war, well, you can ask in the Persian Studies Department, maybe? But there is a, possibility, maybe, that you will encounter certain, he looks down to check the exact phrasing. Autonomous weapon systems. It says it might be quite dangerous, which is why this pays more than usual. I'm sure it's nothing, right? You'll be fine. Yep, I'll take it. Always a pleasure to work with you, Captain. And our last mission, instrument package recovery. Man, all of these are way far away. Right. So this one says Special Collections needs the instrument package from a probe recovered and returned. They sent it to the Gamma Urid system to study a magnetic field. Doesn't say here what it was for exactly, just that they need it back. Sebastian sees the look you're giving him. I know. You're not just here to fetch packages, but this really is important. It's cutting-edge science. It benefits us all. He furrows his brow. Somehow. Probably. So, not the whole thing, just the instrument package, right? It's small and won't take up any cargo space, I promise. And good news here, the Bursar has authorized a payment of 59,000 credits for recovery. So what do you think? I will accept. Alright. We've got our missions, y'all. I'm going to save here. And I think we have time for at least one mission. So we're going to go back to Ansira, see what we need for supplies. Also, repairs. We have 103,000, which ain't too bad. Let's see what's going on. So I need to turn on sustain burn. I forgot to do that. There we go. Alright. Am I not allowed to access it? Hold on. Oh. Attention, your fleet matches the profile of a suspected smuggler posted by Ansira authorities. You're hereby ordered to submit to a cargo scan. Okay. Scan finds no overt contraband, but there is enough suspicion of your involvement in black market activities that the patrol commander is not appeased by this. Prepare to receive a boarding party. We'll be conducting a very thorough hands-on inspection. You consider it very likely the inspectors will do some small but just borderline excusable damage to the combat worthiness of your ships during the course of this thorough inspection. Fine, whatever. We've lost 7% of our combat readiness. Whatever. As you'd have to expect, several of your ships report minor but painful losses of operational capability. Fortunately, the inspectors seemed to be more interested in causing accidental damage than looking for actual contraband, so no objectionable cargo was found. Well, there shouldn't be any. I'm pretty sure I sold all of the AI I had. So no big deal. They're just being dicks, as you do. Sell that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see where we're at really quickly. I'm going to... If we can make it in range... In the sector, hold on. I want to get the ransom dealt with. That's only 5.1 light years. How much fuel do I have? 110. I need to buy a bunch more fuel. I can buy this whole stack for 18,000, so let's do that. I probably need supplies too. This is 36,000. So I'll take it. And that means we'll have plenty of supplies and plenty of fuel to work with. It was Ascania, right? Self-report. Oh, I gotta go to Corvus, so why don't we do that? We'll do Corvus, and on the way from Corvus, we'll go and get that researcher and bring him back. How's that sound? I think that sounds like a good plan, and we'll wrap it up for today. Hey guys, what's up? They don't want to fight. They don't want this smoke. They don't want this smoke. Your fleet has entered hyperspace. Ships traveling in hyperspace use fuel in proportion to the distance traveled. Fleets that run out of fuel drift towards the nearest star system and may become stranded there. I see. Well, we're not that far, so it's okay. I think this is Corvus. Yep, Corvus, the yellow star. We're going to Jangala. Jangala! I love Jangala. Great place. Beautiful place. There's a planet called Barad. The station called Garnier that's run by pirates. What a shame. What a shame. Also something over here, I think. Hold on. I'm always here for some salvage, you know? No, I think it's just asteroids. Okay. Unless... Quick scan. I don't see anything, so I think we're good. I think they were checking our ship because I sold an AI. That's probably why. Hey, not my fault. Guy's gotta eat. Shit. Cool. Alright, let's talk to Olivia Kyugu. Yeah, yes, and you are? The station commander gives you a look over as your transmission is acknowledged. Ah, you have a report for me. Let's just take a look. She skims her data pad. Galatia's back on the map. That's excellent news. Says here you had quite a hand in it, too. Her eyes rise to take you in anew. That won't be forgotten. What do I do now? I don't have anything specific for you right now, but you've got options, she says, settling the data pad aside. There's a bounty in the system right now due to unusually high pirate activity. You've already got some experience dealing with pirates, so that could be a good way to earn some credits. And of course, you could always visit the dockside bars. Good opportunities there sometimes. If you prefer, you could try your hand at salvaging. Load up on fuel, machinery, and supplies, and head for systems outside the core worlds. It's a good idea to pick up a mission first so you're not running blind. Someone's usually offering good money to analyze this planet or that derelict. And where there's one, there's often more. Finally, you could take a commission with the hegemony. Due to the Galatia business, your standing is high enough that such a request would be accepted. You'll be expected to fight our enemies, though, so it's quite a commitment. If I were you, I'd hold off on it until you've got a more solid fleet behind you. All right. Well, fair enough. I'll take that. I would have appreciated some payment, but what are you going to do? Off to Asconia we go.
Oh yes, we're traveling to Asconia. Beautiful place, I hear. Very nice. Beautiful this time of year, even.
There's like factions and stuff. They all move around and shit like that. Oh, hyperspace storm. So this is a hyperspace storm. They tend to whack you sometimes if you're not paying attention. this is our spot. Yep, Asconia the Red Giant. Right. Poggers, let's get there. Oh, it's all the way out there, huh? Anyway, let's keep moving. We got shit to do and people to see. So I think you'll see why I held on to that story point here in a minute. We'll talk to Dolga Demir. Comm signal struggles to establish through the ill-maintained local network. It takes seconds for the patchy decryption artifacts to spasmodically resolve into the face of the pirate you were instructed to contact. You perform a perfunctory greeting, and the pirate smiles without warmth. Ah, you're here for the Academy's lost child. We shall both be pleased to see the last of one another. She rolls her eyes. It's the questions. So many questions. The pirate claps her hands and looks back to you with all the eagerness of a lamprey. You have my money, yes? 99,000 credits to my comms ID. And you have your big wet scientist back. I'm going to negotiate a lower amount. Boop. You laugh as though the pirate has told a hilarious joke. You look confused at first, then with growing anger and disgust at being left out of some joke. Wiping away a tear, you compliment the audacity of raising the price so blatantly, and observe that you would expect no less from a ruthless space scum of her caliber, particularly when dealing with shiny, clean academics, who would get lost on the way to the head if they didn't have their datapad to lead them. We, of course, are different animals. We, of course, are different animals, you explain as you smile ruthlessly back at the pirate. That's me saying that. She quickly comes around to the idea that you're an up-and-coming force, someone willing to do what it takes. And if they want to stay relevant, they're going to have to foster a good working relationship with you. Wouldn't want to end up spaced out of several different airlocks, right? The first step towards this brighter future is, naturally, reducing the proposed ransom to something more reasonable, like 8,100. It's important that money exchanges hands to signal mutual respect, but to ask too much will be a poor investment. In our future as business partners, you explain. Sorry. You order the much smaller payment of 8,100 to the cowed pirate, who can barely tear her eyes from her cracked datapad until the incoming credits can be confirmed. Your logistics officer reports a pickup ping from a seemingly abandoned loading bay. You fear the worst as you dispatch a small shuttle to make the pickup, but you do indeed find a very unhappy academician of the Galatia Academy, sealed in a crate with a small life support unit. Given food, rest, and a shower, they'll be fine. The pirate speaks, relieved to see you've confirmed that the kidnapped academician is alive. Captain, You turn your back and snap the comms off with a flick. Damn. And I keep $12,000, baby. Hold on. Get the hell out of there. We gotta get the hell out of there before that guy tries to grab us. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna E-burn out of there. Fuck. We're gonna disengage. We're disengaging, y'all. We're not fighting. If we can get out of here without fighting, we're gonna do it. Fighting is bad. Fighting is not something we want to do. Okay. Quick scan. See if there's anything cool around. Just some unidentified sensor contacts. Now we take a sharp 90-degree turn. Get the hell out of here. Fuck yeah. Nailed it! And we got our money. Our monthly income of 10K. I think things are coming up Kahtide. Alright. Let's get back to Galatia, get our money, and prepare for the next session tomorrow. That sounds like a great plan. I do like that you can see all your little doodad ships together, and they all float together. I like that. It's cute. You can see on the side here, you get a bunch of different additional stuff. Uh-oh. Are there pirates here? Do they want to tussle? Yeah, they don't want this smoke. Look at them. Look at these chicken shits. They don't want shit. They're babies. They know my fleet is more powerful. We'll stop at the space station, do some repairs. We need them. Nope, don't need them. then we'll skip on over to Galatia. That money from Sebastian. Baller. All right. Hello, Albus. Oh, Captain. The Cybernetics Physiology Department wanted me to give you their thanks for returning Academician. Well, you won't remember the name, but they're all very, very pleased to get back to work on the, well, I shouldn't really say. Sebastian looks nervously around and then clears his throat. Trust me, they're very pleased, and it's due to you. Thank you. Good job. That's 63,000, baby. Boosh. And that's where we'll save. In fact, I'm gonna put a whole save in there. Whole ass save. Boom. Alright, everybody. I hope you liked that look at Starsector. I'm definitely going to be playing some more of this, so tune in tomorrow if you want to see a bit more action. Definitely worth your while. If you also enjoy other streams and other games, or if you like to see me stream with other people, make sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button so you're notified of whenever I stream. Go also visit Gearjo and Sorty, are good friends of mine, good people, definitely worth a follow. Alright, until next time, everybody, I'll catch you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.